The other morning, Esther awakened, and she's just been so happily in the vortex. She said, I think I'm in the vortex permanently. She just felt so good. The days have been so beautiful, one after another, and beautiful new discoveries in their new place where they are living in Southern California, and so many wonderful experiences with so many wonderful people. And so she just basked herself to sleep and appreciated her pillow while she was doing it, and awakened in the morning and reached for the new meditation CD to play. And before she pushed the button, she focused upon something unpleasant that she'd been contemplating the day before. And in the midst of that sort of run of pure positive energy, she felt a knot in her stomach that was so severe it felt like pain. So as soon as she saw Jerry, she said, I've taken negative emotion to a whole new level. Because I am certain that this is not something that is physiological. I know that this is not something to do with anything to do with my body, in the sense that it is not a physical thing. It was an emotional thing. It was me dropping a negative thought right into the middle of a pool of well-being, and it was like that negative thought spewed poison. And I felt the poison in my stomach. She said, let's ask Abraham. And we said, yep, that's exactly what happened. In other words, it's a little bulky explanation of it, but what do you think your emotions are? Why are emotions feelable? Why do you feel emotions? Because the combination of the vibration of this dominant vibration that is really who you are, which is one of well-being, utter well-being, and then the vibration of whatever you are thinking in the moment, when they mix together, it creates a vibration that affects you on a cellular level, which triggers all kinds of things in your body. Wellness comes from positive emotion endurance, and illness comes from negative emotion endurance. And it's such a wonderful thing when you are so on top of your game that you can feel the spread. And we mean the spread. In other words, you introduce negative thought into your experience. When you haven't been introducing negative thought into your experience, you're going to feel it in a whole new way. And that really is what we wish for every one of you. It is our desire that you become so accustomed to the well-being feeling of alignment and to the positive emotions that then surround that, that when you begin tippy-toeing into an arena that isn't up to speed with where you are, that you feel the clash of emotion, the clash of vibration, which causes the upheaval of emotion. And in that process, the whole reason that you feel, people say, well, what's the difference between an emotion and a feeling? And we say, vibration is what is at the root of all of it. The vibration of who you really are is dominant. The vibration of who you're being in this moment, based upon what you're thinking about or speaking about right now, is causing a colliding or a meshing, a blending of the vibration of you and you. And as those vibrations come together, it equals a signal that is affecting your physical body. And when there is a blending of the emotion, the signal that is offered to your cells offers well-being. It offers metabolism that is pleasing. It offers heart rhythm that is exactly right. It offers the utilization of the oxygen that you are breathing. In other words, when you are tuned into this frequency that is at the very core of every cell of your body, you thrive on every level, and the upshot of it is you feel sensational in the process. But when you introduce contradictory vibration, when you introduce a vibration of unworthiness about yourself, or of blaming someone else for something, when you introduce a thought that makes you feel fear, that emotion that you are feeling, that you call fear, that feeling that you are feeling, the reason you feel it in your body is because as the energies come together, as the vibrations come together, you actually give a signal to your body which produces chemicals that give you feeling. That's why you feel your emotions. And that's why it is accurate to say that if you've got some negative emotion going on and you don't do something about it, it's going to get bigger. And if you've got negative emotion going on and you don't do something about it, it's going to get bigger. And eventually that emotion, which is a feeling, is going to be compounded into something that you call more than an emotional feeling. You call it a sensation. Esther called it a knot in her stomach. It was a physical experience that she could describe with very physical words. In other words, if she had gone to a doctor in that moment, he would have taken her down many long paths with many tests, because it could have been the symptom of many, many things. And we say it is only the symptom of one thing. It is the symptom of introducing a vibration that is not natural to who she is and where she was in the moment. Don't you love knowing that? Don't you love knowing that you, through the power of the direction of your thought, have control not only of how you feel in the moment, but control of what you are encouraging or allowing the cells of your body to do relative to the physiology of your body. In other words, everything about you and your experience within it, your experience in your house, your experience in your relationships, your experience in your financial conditions, your experience in your body, everything is about the vibrational mixture that you've got going on. And it's such an interesting thing, because every one of you is an emotional being. Every one of you has been experiencing emotions for as long as you can remember. And very few of you have made those emotions of paramount importance. It's just a feeling. Suck it up, they say. Suck it up. Suck it up. Buck up. Endure. You can take it. And we say, no, you can't. Well, whether you can or not, you did not come forth into this environment. Not one of you said, oh, I know that I'm source energy. And I know that a part of my consciousness is coming into a physical body at a perfect time and in a perfect space where I will explore variety and come to new conclusions about what I would like to create. And I know that as I explore, that my desire will be greeted and held by source energy in this vortex of well-being, and it will sustain its energy and will actually gain power and cooperation while I ready myself vibrationally for the full manifestational receipt of it. But, and this is the part you didn't say, but I probably won't match up with it that much. I'll probably go along with what the crowd's doing. If the crowd is worried about something, I'll probably worry with them. I'll probably ignore how I'm feeling, so my guidance system will be of very little use to me. And maybe I'll luck out and bump into some of the things that I deserve. When I do, I'll call it karma or good fortune. That isn't what you said. You said, I am a deliberate creator going forth into the most magnificent environment of creation ever. And from it, I will come to personal conclusions of what I don't want, which will help me to conclude all day, every day of what I do want. And I will amass a veritable fortune of well-being that my vortex will hold for me, and not just hold for me, but gather everything necessary to make it as wonderful and as wondrous and as fulfilling as it could possibly be for me. And I just have one thing and one thing only to do after it's there. And that is, I have to pay attention to the way I feel and lean in the direction of the thoughts and conversations that feel good to me.